That wasn't the beginning of my recovery. I still wasn't too into it. I didn't really care to live, didn't really care to eat or stop cutting, none of it. Wasn't soon after that I met the man that is now my husband and father of my child, and he, sorry, I'm light. Holy crap. And he is the one that started to give me courage that I didn't know I had. He brought back a life to me that I thought was dead. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could do it. He pushed me and pushed me and pushed me, and I pushed back as hard as I possibly could to get him to leave. And he never left, which is something no one had ever done. People had stayed my friends, distantly. So I basically had this guy who didn't know me from Adam, who was a friend from a friend of a friend, and saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and I didn't see the reason to survive. And he slowly but surely brought me out of it. Now, he did not make me choose to recover. Let's make that incredibly clear. Because people say, oh, he saved you. No. I saved me. He was there for me when nobody else was. Which is what I needed. I needed unconditional love to get through what was happening in my life. And he did it, you know? He offered love that I didn't think that I deserved or didn't think that I could have. And slowly but surely I began to get a confidence that I could fight this, that I could get through this. And slowly but surely I did. Slowly but surely. Lots of setbacks. Lots and lots of setbacks. But at the end of the day, I had to stop bitching about what had been done to me, what had been done to hurt me and destroy me and blah, 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 blah. And don't get me wrong, I still dwell on the shit. I do. I dwell on it. But I made the choice to either live or die, because there's no in between with an eating disorder. You will not live with an eating disorder. You may exist for a while, but you may not live. A good friend of mine just died. She was happy. She seemed okay. And she went to sleep one night and died. I'm not even going to tell you how old she was, because you can imagine right now that it wasn't very old. I'm 28. I've made it longer than a lot of them. The fact of the matter is that you can complain and you can blame your whole problems on everybody else, and believe me, you can go to therapy, blame away. But at some point, you have to decide that their shit isn't your shit. What they did to you was on them, not on you. Because if you want to recover, if you want a life as a wife or whatever, you have one choice. One choice. That's all I'm giving you, is one choice. Recover. Give them all the finger. Show everybody that said that you couldn't do it that you can do it. That you are more than anorexia. That you are more than bulimia. More than binge eating and every other disorder on the planet. You are more than that. Because, it's not easy. Recovery is not easy. Learning how to eat again is not easy. It is terrifying. But every day you do it, it gets easier. Every day you tell that voice in your head that says you don't deserve that food, you don't deserve that water, get your ass out there and run. Get that razor blade and cut into your wrist. It's a lie. It is the eating disorder in your brain trying to stop you from recovering. You want to recover? You got to learn how to push it back, no matter how much it hurts, and you're going to cry, and you're going to rage, and you're going to need a lot of help. And you know what? I would be lying to you to say if it went away. Because people who go to the edge, like I did, and like so many of my friends did, not the little anorexics who were like, I didn't eat, my parents caught me, I went to therapy, and I'm all better now. No offense, sorry, but the people who've been to the edge, who've had that tube shoved down their nose, who've had countless trips to residential, who've felt like constant failures because they couldn't do what everybody else wanted them to do. Sit at that kitchen table with the usual screaming, just eat! Why are you so selfish? What did we do to you? And what do you don't know what to say. How do you learn how to, even as a teenager, how do you talk back to your parents and say, what did you do? Why didn't you help me? Look at me. I'm wasting away to nothing. Look at me. Look at me. I'm wearing long sleeves in July. Hint. I throw up everything I eat, Mom. What are you going to do about it? And unfortunately, there's some parents that don't do shit. Sent me to treatment once. When it didn't work, all done with you. You don't have to live this way. It doesn't get easier. Like, it gets easier by the day. But she will live in your head. There will be moments that are tough to deal with and you don't want to deal with them. Believe me, been through that recently. You don't want to deal with them. You don't want to do it no more. So then it creeps in from the spider webs. The cobwebs come through. I can be your friend. Remember how happy we were together? That's when you learn to say, get the fuck out of my head. I am me. I am not an eating disorder. I suffer from an eating disorder, but I am not an eating disorder. I suffer from a disease called gastroparesis, and I am an intestinal failure. That is what is. That is not me. Me. I'm just a wife and a mom of a baby. Trying to get through every day. Ignoring those thoughts that run through my head that I don't want to do it no more. That I want to go back to what I was, because it's not worth it. Like I said in the beginning, I would rather live this life. I would rather live this than exist in that world of my eating disorder that I was existing in, because there's no way to live in an eating disorder. You can't live. You can't be a functioning member of society who doesn't eat, who doesn't know how to cope with life. You can't do it. And if you think you can, you're delusional. You need help. Help is available. And I know insurance makes it ridiculously difficult because I've been there and I've done that and I've fought that. But there are great doctors out there who will stick by you, who will keep you alive, who will offer you therapeutic services, who will do what they can to bring you back from that addiction, from that disease. You are no different than a junkie who can't stop shooting herself up with narcs. Except your junkie is not eating food or eating and cutting yourself up. That's your addiction. There's nothing to minimize about it. There's nothing easy about climbing out of an eating disorder. It is pure hell. It is not fun. It is painful. You won't want to do it. After a day, you'll be done. But you have to push through. Because if you don't push through, if you don't learn how to deal with this without turning to what you were, you are going to die. I don't know when, but it's not going to be pretty. Dying from starvation is not pretty. And that's all Ed wants from you. Ed crawls into your little head and it tells you all these pretty lies. But it wants your life. It's got my life. I might not see my 3-year-old go to kindergarten because of an eating disorder. Even in recovery. It destroyed my organs. This is how I'm hydrated. This is how I have to be fed. I don't go more than 2 months without being admitted to the hospital. I need transplants to stay alive. My son may never know me because of what I did to myself in the past. Is that what you want? And if you think you're a functioning anorexic, give it time. Because one of these days you'll be like my friend and you'll go to bed and you won't wake up. And believe me, I am pissed off. Because you know what? More and more every day I see more people dying from something that can be treated, that can be fixed. You will never not have an eating disorder. You don't go to the edge and come back scot-free. But you can learn to fight. And when you say you can't, you can. I said I can a lot. I can't eat this, I can't eat this, I can't eat this, I can't eat this. But you know what, at the end of the day? Your potential is far greater than what you can and can't eat. You want this? You want this? Here, let me show you what this is. You want this? This is a feeding tube. I will forever explain to my child that I have things hanging out of me. I will forever explain these scars all up and down my arms. And I understand this was a heavy post, but you know what? Some of you have gotten to the point where you need heavy. You need to stop this, oh, we love you, we'll help you through. No! I will not be codependent to you people anymore. If you relapse and you need somebody to talk to, sure. But if you're one of those people that puts on Facebook, I ate a carrot, I should die, don't talk to me. Because you know what? I still work on my recovery every day. I still do it. Do you think I'm happy this way? But I do it.